We are about to get smuggled across by the cartels on these water rafts. Now, these water rafts have been smuggling everything across this border. To this day, none of the employees, they were forcing the families because they needed so much aid that they were forcing the families to turn over one of their daughters. So in order to get the rest, like your other 5 kids and your husband, food, they had to give up one of their daughters. And they were taking that daughter and they were chaining her in the clubs, and they were letting guys go in there and selling the girls to over and over and over and over again.
You know, what I believe it is that this will be an incredible moment for a great civil rights movement with intelligent, prepared Hispanic, Latino people, that it can actually, if they wanted to manifest themselves, we can actually do it orderly, educated, like it was back in the day with Martin Luther King and all these people, right? But it's hijacked. You know, we're being hijacked by a political narrative that is made to destabilize the whole country.
Did you read the MLK files they just released a couple months ago?
The what?
The MLK files that they released.
What is that?
Martin Luther King files?
No.
That the FBI had classified?
No. What they did?
MLK was a complete lie.
Oh, really?
He was working for the feds. He was a Fed the whole time. Then he got too big for his own britches, so then they him.
Well, you know what
It was Malcolm X was the real.
Oh, okay.
The real leader.
Well, that kind of guy. The idea of getting the whole educated Hispanic people, the ones that they are doctors, lawyers, those people that they are saying, you know what, we need an immigration reform, or we need some kind of new policies, or the approach of ICE agents that is really aggressive. Let's decrease it a little bit.
Married for 28 years to my husband, who is being deported right now by ICE. 28 years. He's been here over 30 years, and I want everybody to know, nobody gives a shit if you have family, if you have kids, they don't give a shit.
You know, go after the bad guys, and the guys that they're illegal, try to find a program or a way to approach the situation. The thing about it is that, you know, it's difficult because when you go to a community and you go with, and this is what it has escalated. You go in with a whole convoy of a SWAT team and a long artillery arm and start throwing tear gas, and there's families. These people are gonna get like, what the hell you're doing? Like, we are American citizens. You're not supposed to be doing this to us. Get the bad guy and get out, you know, but it escalated to what? And then I don't think that, you know, it's, meanwhile, these protests are being done, freaking the people they provoked, that they're laughing in their house, man.
Oh, without a doubt. They were delivering pallets of bricks.
You know, George Soros, all these people, they're freaking laughing in their homes like, this is what I wanted to do. And look, I pay for it, and how are you going to handle it? I don't know. It's going to escalate. Now, look, the advisors, I don't know if they're part of it or the advisors, man. The advisors are compromised. Let me say it like that. Back in 2019, they were telling Trump when he was pressuring AMLO, oh, the caravans are done, sir. The border in the south is secure. You don't have to worry about anything. You know, everything is being decreased. And when they were saying that, Ryan, I was walking in a caravan. And I'm like, what are you doing? No. Like, hey, no, they just opened the border. AMLO's lying. And it's exactly the same thing right here. Like, we're going to go right now, and you're going to see this is the reason why I wanted to come. We're going to go right now to show you the open border, how open it is, and how people come back and forth. It is not secure. And if you had right now somebody in Congress or somebody in the Senate of the United States that it can actually say CBP-1 is going to be active, or there's a possibility to let people in with a special process, man, this will be a ticking bomb. Like, it will, boom, explode. You can actually, we were with Juan, we were actually talking about this, that if, let me just ask him something in Spanish and you can see his reaction. Juan, si ahorita dijeran en Estados Unidos, vamos a activar el CBP-1 o los vamos a dejar entrar, ¿qué pasaría aquí?
Se vuelve a llenar de inmigrantes.
¿Hubiera caravanas?
Sí, todos los días.
It will be caravans every day. It will be full with migrants. So this is what I'm saying.
What'd you ask him?
I asked him, Juan, if CBP-1 will reactivate again, or if somebody in Congress and the Senate will say the border is open, what would happen? And he said it will be full with migrants again, and we'll have caravans every day.
How else have they been able to get these numbers down so dramatically low?
Maurice, I'm going to tell you something that I heard today from an immigration attorney dealing with all kinds of cases. Just Trump being in office is deterrence enough. But there have been dozens of policies and actions from the Trump administration, from trying to stop refugee resettlement to ending the appointments that tens of thousands of people had to make their case for asylum, to ending visa programs, parole. And the impact is felt throughout the hemisphere. Last week, I heard from a Panamanian government official who told me that now their country is dealing with reverse migration, people heading back down south from those who historically had tried to head up north to the United States.
That's exactly as I have told you before, the mass migration, they were using the necessities of people and the vulnerabilities of people for a massive migration into the States. Like it was done on purpose. Like the NGOs, the international organizations, they know that Central and South America is full with poverty. And if you offer them an opportunity to go to the United States illegally and enter and get benefits and get all of that, they're going to leave and they're going to go.
Yep.
So actually they're using that for a political movement, political narrative, a political agenda, and they're using the necessities and the vulnerabilities of people. Because they know I'm offering all of this, It's exactly the same with the flag. Because they know right now that Mexicans are, in a way they're hurting because they're removing people that they were undocumented, which a lot of these people, a lot of them, they're bad people, really bad people. You got the average construction worker, the guy that works in a restaurant, they were illegally in the country, they broke the law. You can't get away, or you can't go around it. But, immediately when there's a way to destabilize, oh, well, I'm using the flag to destabilize the country, and that's when I get pissed off,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why are you using my flag for your political trash? That's exactly when Rashida Tlaib came over here and started telling the Mexicans, the wall is bad, the wall is full of hate, the Republicans are the ones that are fault, this and that. You're like, why are you using us for your trash? Leave us alone. Like, I know that you hate the wall, you hate okay, go over there.
All right, guys, we are coming at you guys live from the Mexico-Tapachula border and Guatemala. So what you're seeing right here, this is the Mexican side. We are about to get smuggled across by the cartels on these water rafts. Now, these water rafts have been smuggling everything across this border, from people to humans to motorcycles to gasoline to diapers, Gatorade bottles, water, you name it, everything comes across this border right here. Over the last 4 years, we've been working on this investigation into the trafficking of children, migrant children ages 0 to 17. 452,121 migrant children ages 0 to 17 have arrived at the U.S. southern border without a parent. Now, for the longest time, I've been racking my brain. How do you move that many children across the border, let alone 452,121 migrant children ages 0 to 17 from 180 different nations have arrived at the U.S. border. Now, 70 to 80% of them have been assaulted on the way to America. And then right down the street from OMI is another shelter guess what, is funded by OMI. So you have places where they can actually house the children and store the children. Then you have them where they're giving them the supplies to make the journey. And then you have the river where they smuggle them across. And then right on this side of the border, you're gonna have the UNHCR, which in my personal opinion is the head of the snake. Now, if we can get the internal documents from the UNHCR that shows the amount of children that unit that they've received, and I can go look at, they have one here in Tapachula, they have one here by the El Salvador border, they have one here right by the US border. So if you're smuggling 190,000 children out of Guatemala, you need to have a way to basically check them in and then deliver them up to the US border, where you then take them across the border and you take them to ports of entry where you know that after they go through the system, or if you're the one that's branding the child, if you're the one saying, hey, this is the sponsor, or if you're the NGO that says says we can get you and your child to America. And then once they get to America, you know that you're going to separate the parents, the aunt, the uncle, and your child is going to end up in one of these long-term care facilities for 2, 3, 4 months before you can actually reunify them with the parent. Your NGO theoretically is the one that is, if you're that one NGO and you know that you can separate these parents and profit from it, then you're incentivized to smuggle both the adult and the child. And then you're not even guaranteeing that you're going to reunify the child with the adult. This, America, this is the crux of the entire weaponized mass migration system. And it is 100% funded by, incentivized by, protected by your tax dollars and your government.
We're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
So literally I could buy an object here for $800, drive up into America, and now that object is worth $70,000. Do you know how easily I could have smuggled kilo after kilo after kilo into America during the Biden border crisis? It's kind of hard to wrap your head around the amount of money that our government has just handed over to the cartels. They are more powerful than ever. They control territory, they control politics, they control local government, they control national guards, and they control the child trafficking smuggling operations. This is the Suchate River, which divides Mexico, Tapachula, from Guatemala. So Guatemala's over there across the river, and this is how America, this is how they were smuggling all 190,000 children. I've told you guys for the last 4 years, we've been basically working on peeling back the onion to this government-sponsored, government-funded, taxpayer-funded child trafficking operation that is on such a massive scale, most of us can't even wrap our head around. But the one thing I couldn't wrap my head around is, number one, out of the 452,121 migrant children ages 0 to 17 that have arrived at our border, 43 to 48% of them were from Guatemala, one country with a population size of 15 million. What does that mean? That means that 2.798% of the entire child population of Guatemala was kidnapped, trafficked out of that country, and then arrived at the U.S. southern border.
Just a couple of days ago, Ms. Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security chief, did a briefing with the President of the United States, Donald Trump, informing him that she had a meeting with the President of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, and that the President of Mexico told Kristi Noem that she has returned more than 500,000 migrants just since the President of the United States, Donald Trump, came into office, which we came down here to actually say the truth, that the border to the Department of Homeland Security chief, Ms. Kristi Noem, it is still wide open. You can actually see water rafts coming back and forth, which tells you that there is no vigilance right here from authorities from Mexico. You can see a National Guard post on our left side, but they're actually not guarding the actual port of entrance from Guatemala to Mexico. There is an amount of migrants in the south border of Tapachula, around 10,000 migrants, which they have already been assimilated into the city of Tapachula, and they are already with working visas, waiting to see if one particular day the border of the United States will reopen. Presence of the UNHCR is still here, presence of the United Nations still here, presence of OIM is still here, which tells you that this is just a ticking bomb for it to one day to reopen and move forward into the north of the United States. So for the Department of Homeland Security chief, I don't know who is giving the information to Ms. Kristi Noem, but it's a complete lie. The Mexican president, it is lying to you. There's no secure border between Guatemala and Mexico, and there's still transit between both two countries without no vigilance of no customs from Mexico, no Institute National Immigration of Mexico, and you actually can see that there's no National Guard and no border agents guarding here to see who enters and who goes out from our country. Reporting you from the south of the border of Tapachula, Chiapas, Oscar Ramierez from the division between Guatemala and Mexico.
That's good.
¿Se va negro la pantallita?
Sí, sí.
Buena programación.
Gracias. You want to do something, Ryan? You want to record something for yourself, or?
No, I'm gonna go. I'll be all right for now. Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm out. When we get back, I will.
Okay. ¿Compramos algo para cruzar o qué?
I wish I had I wanted to record something on here, but I don't have those good mics.
But it doesn't matter. It sounds good, man.
I know. We're good.
You want to record it?
No, we're all right. I wanted just to post it, but those good mics, because then I can walk and It's better. We're good. We're good. I got everything I need.
You sure?
100,000%. Yeah,
Okay,
I would record
all
if I didn't.
Okay. Vamos para allá. Okay, está bueno.
Toilet paper and supplies.
¿De una vez, ¿no? Sí. Let's go, Ryan.
Yeah, let's do it. Look at all the toilet paper and supplies there.
Pero, ¿a dónde vamos a cambiar? Dinero. Él trae cambio, imagino. Son 200 pesos. Grábame, subiéndome. Te lo voy a dejar grabando para que lo subas y si estoy parado me grabas.
Ya está.
Sí.
Good.
You want to get on?
Yeah. We going
You
on
want
this
him to
one?
record you?
He's got that one, right?
Yeah.
You got his going? Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. Good.
La tabla.
Sí.
Let's go.
Okay.
Ahí abajo lo tira uno.
Hola.
Hombre, es como está crecido, lo lleva uno.
¿Está bien? 60 pesos. Ah, sí, si van a rezar, ya les digo yo. Sí, pues no los van a. Vámonos. Te agachas tantito, por favor. A ver, un poquito para acá, por. No, te agachas tantito, por.
Y aquí está con él.
¿Qué lo va a mandar?
That's cool.
Bueno, grábame aquí. Está bien. There's more evidence. As more evidence. We are about to cross right here on a water raft like we have done before. This tells you that, well, particularly the president of Mexico, it is part of the globalist compact of immigration, which tells you that they are part of this open border agenda to receive migrants unprecedented, unvetted, undocumented to whatever non-port of entry. And as you see, it is still open. This was completely changed when Donald Trump came into office. This was massive. You had hundreds of thousands coming in. But it still tells you that if this was a domino effect, the United States of America has secured their south border, but Mexico has not secured their south border, which tells you that the number that it was giving to the Department of Homeland Security Chief, Ms. Kristi Noem, 500,000 being returned, if that would have been an accurate number, this would have been secured and it would have been closed, which if she has returned 500,000, those 500,000 can easily come back illegally to the country and enter again to Tapachula from the part of Guatemala. We're actually crossing on a water raft right now, undocumented. I'm a Mexican citizen, crossing with, only my ID, but not a customs agent was intercepting me to say where I was going, if I was going to go somewhere, or what was my direction. And on the other side, you will see that there is no Guatemalan agent from immigration and no police officer also to receive me to say what am I doing in their country. So this basically tells you that the border still continues to be open.
All right, guys, we're down here. We're in between. Over there to your left is Mexico. To the right is Guatemala. We are technically illegally crossing, getting smuggled into Guatemala right now. This is a port of races between two ports of entry. We're down here with Oscar Ramierez. This is one of those journeys I don't think I'd be making if it wasn't for somebody like Oscar. It's pretty crazy. The amount of commerce that's just coming and going. You guys have what looks like, stacks of toilet paper, gasoline, cards, anything you name it, from humans to drugs to, anything could come across this border. It's wide open. It's pretty bizarre how easy it was for us just to walk up here and just get taken to the other side. I thought we were going to end up farther down. They did a pretty good job at getting us.
Yeah. They're really experienced on doing this. There has been people that they have died, and when there was the mass migration, a lot of people died or drowned.
Tried to swim it?
Yeah, across, and they couldn't swim it.
How deep is this?
Really deep.
How deep?
¿Qué tan hondo está?
Hondo 3 metros.
Three.
El que tiene otra cámara para bajarlo. El que sí lo deja en otra cámara ahí abajo.
3 meters. There's some places that is more deep.
Ahí dejé el que sí en la cámara ahorita que ya no la pasé para esta. Mandámoslo con alguien ahí. Para eso lo quitaste. Algo ahí. Para dejarlo allá. ¿A dónde iba el Pepa? Vale. Aquí voy a estar. Aquí voy a estar, voy a pedir tu comida. Vale. Sí, hay 3 metros de hondo. Lo que pasa es que el río no es parejo. Partes tiene 2 metros, partes 1,5 metros, 1 metro. Depende de donde uno vaya.
Gracias.
Aquí está seco. ¿Qué puta está diciendo?
Welcome to Guatemala, Ryan.
¿Me bajo y te grabo cuando bajes?
Sí.
Bueno, que se baje primero.
Ahí está, mira. Ya está grabando.
Así nada más de punta porque van a grabarlo. Ya, pégala ahí porque va a grabar el amigo. Pégala ahí así. Espera, no se vaya a bajar. Permítame.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Agua. Cuidado, jala pues, Draki.
Esta muchacha, otra vez, la carga, van a agarrar.
That's how easy it is right now to cross from Mexico to Guatemala. You know, this is how the open border still continues to be between both countries, which tells you that it's a ticking bomb for the actual current administration of Mexico and the United States. If there will be something that it will destabilize Congress and the Senate to say, CBP1, let's activate it again, or to say, you know what, the border is open in the United States, this will be massively overthrown immediately by thousands and thousands of migrants entering into the country of Mexico undocumented. Déjame agarrar el teléfono. I don't know if you want to do something, Ryan.
You have to pay him?
No, I got money to pay.
All right, guys, we're down here in Guatemala. We just crossed illegally from the city of Tapachula, and it's crazy the amount of commerce that is taking place and the amount of rafts. I mean, it is non-stop, one after another. Oscar's the one who brought us over here. This is one of the key pieces. I mean, when you talk about the amount of children that were smuggled, you have to wonder, how did they get them out of Guatemala? Well, this is it, folks. I mean, there's no more wondering.
No. Pues no, pues 300 nada más.
There's no more wondering now. This is exactly how every one of these children, or a vast majority of these children, this is it. If it wasn't for us, we'd never see this. So.
Gracias, viejón.
Muchas gracias.
¿Dónde está este güey? Juan. Ah, acá estás.
¿Van para el parque directo?
Sí, gracias.
Oscar.
Triciclo para el parque, sí, ¿cuánto me cobran?
No, directo, no puedes cambiar todavía.
No, directo al parque.
30 que sales cabo.
¿Cuánto?
30 que sales cabo.
Ahí está, mira, él es de confianza.
¿Del albergue?
Sí, al albergue.
Ellos van al albergue. Ahí está, ellos son de confianza.
Al albergue, ok, vámonos. Ok, ahora pues, está bueno. Ahí voy, ya para allá.
Vaya para allá.
Dale, véngase.
Va, directo.
Vámonos.
Ese es... ¿Eh? Sí.
A ver.
Espérate.
¿Cuál es?
¿Cuál es? Acá.
¿Vas ahí? A ver. 30 que sales cabo, no cobro.
Ok, nos vamos, somos 3. ¿Dónde nos vamos a caber los 3 en una? ¿Acá? ¿Va para el albergue?
Jefe, venga, ven.
Vámonos pues.
Patrón, aquí está el triciclo.
Voy yo.
¿Qué vas a ir, leche?
Ay, súbanse aquí. Súbanse aquí.
Yeah?
Ryan, get in there, man.
Let's jump on in, man.
Dale, no te tapes. Sí, póngate la